My name is Geoffrey Robertson. I'm the chair of the Whitlam Institute within the University of Western Sydney. It's my privilege to welcome you this morning, although the more formal welcome will be given by our Chancellor in a moment. Could I firstly acknowledge the traditional owners, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, upon whose land we sit this morning. The Chancellor of the University of Western Sydney I've known now for many years. He's done a wonderful job in keeping the university ticking along as a very successful university. John Phillips, AO, has been chairman also of the Foreign Investment Review Board since 1996. His executive career was with the Reserve Bank, retiring in 1992 as Deputy Governor and Deputy Chairman of the Board. His other government positions have included membership of the Committee on Banking in Papua New Guinea, the Task Force on the Australian Financial System, the Intergovernmental Committee on Offshore Banking, the Prime Minister's Committee on International Monetary Reform, and the Medical Indemnity Policy Reform Panel. He attended meetings of the International Monetary Fund and World Bank as a member of the Australian delegation from 1972 until 1992. He was made a member of the Order of Australia in 1987 and an Officer of the Order in 2004. Also in 2004, he was awarded the Knight Grand Cross of the Order of St Gregory the Great by Pope John Paul II. Would you welcome the Chancellor?
Yeah, thank you, Geoffrey. I apologise for the introduction. Since I'm really not going to say anything, I don't think you needed to get me described. But look, I'd just like to say a few opening thank yous and welcomes. Welcome to everybody who's taking part in this. At the time that we talked about having this kind of a meeting to talk about governing the economy, we were conscious of what was happening in the world at large and how many countries had done rather better than others and some others had done a good deal worse, and thought it would be interesting to have people who were much involved in the governing of the Australian economy to come and talk about why they thought this was the case, how the system in Australia works, and whether they think it's a good system or not a good system. We hadn't allowed for the fact that it would also coincide with some other governance issues in part of the governing system of Australia, which may mean that certainly some of our friends from the media who had expected to be here today are probably going to be taken up in another part of Australia. The Australian system of governance has changed. I mean, in my career, I would have to say that the system has changed beyond all recognition. For the most part, I think it's changed for the better. There are some areas where I think we could have done better. There are some areas where we still could do better, and they will undoubtedly come up in discussion today. But overall, we've moved from a highly controlled system where people had very little freedom to do what they would prefer to do, to a system where, for the most part, while there's still a good deal of regulation, people can in fact take the decisions that are in the interests of their companies or their shareholders or the community at large. So I think it's a very interesting time to have this symposium. I'm very grateful to the speakers who agreed to come along today, all of them people who have got extraordinarily busy schedules and have still taken the time out to come along. I hope we remain friends at the end. And I'm also very grateful to those who have helped us by sponsoring today. The sponsors you can see on the boards behind me. I'm grateful to them, and once again a very warm welcome from the University of Western Sydney. Thank you.